you are. It's Wednesday morning, 17 minutes past 9 on a Wednesday morning on the 11th of February 2026. I'm just driving through Bandon on my way up to Cork, and I said, you know what, I said I'd fire up the old camera there now and make a little video to see what the sound is like without the microphone, because the last time I made a video driving with the microphone that I have, the sound was really poor, you know, and that's obviously a contributory factor that I bought a microphone. The microphone I bought it, I suppose, about a year ago, and I bought a cheap one. It was only 25 euro, and it really does go to show that when you just buy cheap, you get cheap, and you get what you pay for. In other words, like, that 25 euro was wasted. I might as well have thrown that now down the drain, because I'm now going to have to go out if I want and buy a proper microphone, which is, I was looking at one there, it's about 85 euro or something, and it's got good reviews. And so anyway, that's why I'll probably do that now next, because if I want to make a few videos while I'm driving, you'd have to do that. You see, if I turn the camera around now the other way and face the road, which I'm going to do there now just for a second, right? Turn around here and face the road. My understanding is now that the sound quality even gets worse, because maybe the microphone is trying to pick up from the other side, from the side facing out the windscreen, rather than facing me. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I did my theory on it anyway. But I'm just leaving it there now for 30 seconds, and I'm going to check this video then later, and then at least I'll know that much. But for all intents and purposes, not that I want you want to be looking at my ugly face, but just for sound quality, I'm going to turn the camera back now, or else it'll be a complete waste of time making the video. Right, and if I get a proper microphone, I'll be able to face it out to the road again. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm on my way up to Cork. I have a couple of appointments, business related appointments, and I managed to kind of line up this morning, the two together. I've one appointment at 10:30 and another one at 12 o'clock, and so I'm in no hurry. It's just 20 past 9 now. I'm coming through Bandon. My plan now is to go up, slip into North Main Street Car Park or Paul Street, one or the other, and I'm sorted. I was thinking to myself there again, you know, about grub, about food, because my old stomach is not good today. I'd only had bread roll, 2 small bread rolls I had, and butter and jam for breakfast, and a cup of tea. But my stomach is in knots. I had a piece of frozen fish last night, you know, frozen battered fish that I cooked in the air fryer. That old stuff is very hard in the stomach, or hard in my stomach anyway. And I very rarely eat frozen fish. In fact, I never eat frozen fish. I don't know why I even did that. It was just out of desperation, looking for something. You know, you'll be trying to, obviously I'm cooking for myself now, so you'll be looking for different ideas. But I won't be eating that again. I'm a fresh fish kind of guy. We're reared and brought up in the little fishing village in the southwest coast of Ireland. I'm almost embarrassed to be telling you that I was eating frozen fish. But my old stomach, whatever was in the batter, my stomach is in knots. So I was thinking to myself now again, food plays a huge part in my life, as you know, and it could be a lot worse, I suppose. I could be obsessed with something else. But I'll get down to Kelly's now in Oliver Plunkett Street again today, and they'll put me right. Nice bowl of soup, and I'll probably have the roast beef for the bacon and cabbage, the chicken and ham. and I'd either got in for the apple pie and custard or the rice pudding, and a grand mug of strong tea. My father, she said, what do you have? I'll have a mug of tea. Strong tea, he'd say. You'll have to make it good and strong. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm going to do. And I was thinking afterwards then, I might go in, I'd have an hour or two to spare, and I'd always have a look around the shops and think, when I say an hour or two to spare, sure, I have the whole day to spare if I wanted. I've nobody, thankfully, relying on me to be home. But I'd try and get out of the city for around 3 o'clock, I suppose, because I'm going ahead of the traffic. But I might go in then, to Marks and Spencer's, because I was never in their food court here in Cork, but as far as I know, Jesus, sure, them places could be gone now, but Marks and Spencer's have a food court there in Patrick Street, up the Merchants Quay into Patrick Street, and they used to be telling me, I used to be listening to people on about it before, that it's not cheap, but the quality is supposed to be very good, and so I might have a look in there and see what's on the go for me. Something different is all I'm saying, just to take a look and see what's different there. And I'll have a wander around down the smaller streets, then take a look at a few small shops and thing, and I'd always try to spend some few euros somewhere anyway. I'd always be conscious of that, if I was travelling out. And even above in the city, the small independent shops that'd be around there. Like, isn't that I'm a very wealthy man anymore, but I'd still like to go in, and if I only drop 20 euro, spend something and buy something. And I'd be a great believer that if everybody, for all these small independent businesses, myself included, if everybody put their shoulder to the wheel and gave a little nudge, the wheel will keep turning. And I'd always say in my little shop, in St. Barnett, now when I get it open again, that if people only came in and bought a pair of socks, that's all. Jesus is all a great help. Everything's a help. Everything's a great help when you're trying to keep a small business going. So that's something I'll be doing now as well. I am always conscious of that, no matter what town or where I'd be. I was very conscious of that. That's kind of my story. I hope the sound is somewhat fair in this. The other thing then, when I'm recording the videos going forward, I have to make sure that I keep them kind of under 15 minutes at a time, because, well, the video can be longer then, but I could upload 2 15-minute videos and join them to Canva, in the editing thing, but I'm very poor at editing, and if I make the video in one go longer than about 15 or 16 minutes, it's too big to upload, and then I have to take it somewhere else and split it and upload it in 2 sections, and then try and join it at the other end, and oh crikey. Editing is not my forte in life. I just prefer to make the little video, warts and all, whatever's in it, and upload it. Apologies for the last video, again going on about it, the sound quality was very poor. If you did watch it or go to the bother trying to decipher, especially the second half of it, when I came out of Billy's Diner and turned the camera the other way, I'd say the microphone was rubbing off my clothes as well, or I don't know, the whole thing went to pot. But I'll try and improve on the sound quality going forward. I suppose I'm slow to invest because I don't know whether this will be episode 13. Sure, maybe nobody is interested in the videos, or nobody wants to watch them, and if that's the case, sure, I wouldn't be bothered probably making too many more. And the thing then is that I'd be after buying investing money in a microphone that I don't need, but that's kind of, I don't know, we'll see. I'd probably buy it regardless, because you have to have something. Even for Instagram, you'd have to have something. Yeah, by the time you're watching this now, there will have been changes made. I'll be changing the Instagram name as well, and obviously the name of the YouTube channel has changed from The Quirky Picker to Recreating Eddie. So yeah, it's, I need to, the clock is ticking, you know, to get Barnett's open again. Easter is very early this year, and I'm hoping to get open for Easter. But right now, as I'm speaking to you on the 11th of February, I do not have any clothes ordered. Isn't that unreal? Now I have plans, and I've been speaking to people, and I have ideas for what brands I want to bring in, and all of that, and we'll get there. Hopefully it'll all work out. But there's going to be a huge rush and a huge push at the end. I'm still waiting on, there's extra shop fittings arriving from the UK that should have been here. I was hoping they would have been here yesterday. Certainly hope they don't arrive today, because I'm up in Cork. They're coming in the back of a big lorry, and they'll need I need to be around to take them off. They're coming on pallets, or to help the man to be there to receive them, is what I'm saying. So yeah, lots and lots to do. But for today now, kind of taking a day out. I don't take days off really, so it's just to take a day out now. And I'm looking forward to this really. There's nothing taxing. The appointments I have are appointments that I was set up. It's just about business and about Barnett's and my own little shop and so on. I certainly won't bore you with the details of that. But and then, like I say, I'll have a couple hours wandering around Cork City. The last time I was in the city centre, I was very stressed, so I certainly didn't enjoy much of it. Actually, really funny, I went down and I bought the last time I was here, because I was in Oliver Plunkett Street in Kelly's, as I told you, and then I came out, it was pissing rain, and I ran down to Guineas. My mother's always going to Guineas, and I'd always shove my head in there just out of pure, because my mum used to always go into Guineas, and like lots of all our mothers did, and still do. Right, so I ran down, I went into Guineas, I said I'd get an umbrella, and there was umbrellas inside the door. I should show it to you. I'm going to show it to you on this video. There was umbrellas inside the door, and I bought an umbrella. It was cheap as chips, some €7 or €8. It's never tall. Picked it up, went up, paid for it. No, do you know, there was something that I twigged, because when I paid for the umbrella, the woman cut the tag off it. So I reckon she was used to people coming back with them, trying to exchange them. I went out the door and put up the umbrella. I didn't think anything of it, and I was walking around. The next thing, there was this fella coming down against me. He had an umbrella, a normal looking umbrella, and Jesus, I see him, and he eyeing, looking at my umbrella, the way his eye, and he was staring at my umbrella, you know. And I said to myself, what's wrong with your man? And the next thing, I took it and just looked at it, held it out for myself, looked at it. And it's a fucking weird looking umbrella, I can tell you. It's a really strange looking umbrella. That's the only way I could describe it. But anyway, it was pissing rain. I walked around Cork with it for about 20 minutes. And people were just looking up at your umbrella. Yeah, as in looking at it going, the fuck did he get that? So, a kind of a strange shape is what I'm on about. So, that's in the boot of the car here actually, but that was funny that day. Anyway, right, it's raining again. No, actually I might need to use it again. I've no bother using it, none whatsoever. I don't care who looks at it, as long as it keeps me dry. Right, that's kind of it. I'll check the sound on this there later, and we'll see how it will be. If anything else interesting happens during the day, I'll be straight back to you. Right. Right, that worked out fine now. It's only about 12:15 and I'm all done. Down now to Kelly's. Down to Kelly's now for lunch. And I'm going to go straight on into Marks and Spencer's, but I have a go at that. Try and find some things that are fresh and different for the next few days for the dinners. And if I get any notion at all, I'll do a small bit of filming for you. Right, talk soon.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
They look absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to try some of them, look. Korean chicken karaage, glazed with sweet and sour. Oh Christ, they look lovely. Ask him about them. You have to cook them or what? Let's say storage margin. Oh, does it? Just to cook them in the microwave or something. They look lovely. They're chicken karaage. You do and teriyaki. Oh yeah, we know what teriyaki chicken is. What are they then? Teriyaki sauce, sweet and spicy. I'll go with the other Korean chicken. They look really, really nice. Fish and fairness. Chicken noodle. Fish 2, 4, 5. They look very, very nice. I'm sure I suppose you have to fry that up or something. Or do something with that. I'll just see how do you cook that now? I should say you could heat it in the microwave. I might try. What one is this now? The 12th. Tomorrow's the 12th. Sure, I'll have that. I'll have that tomorrow for lunch. I'll try that. That'll do it. We might never be back this way again. It's absolutely lovely. Lovely. I'll do my lunch tomorrow. Oh yes, I'm over in the... What am I saying? I'm over in the Jesus is all second or no pizza and a side for €9. Crispy mushrooms. Look, Christ, I'm mad for mushrooms. They're $4.25 for them now. You go buy pizza with them, but I wouldn't be that gone on the pizza. Look what I'll take them for $4.25. Few mushrooms. We might never be back this way again, sure. That's the way I see it. That's my story anyway. I'm sticking to it. What have they got there? 2 fillet steaks for €20. Sure, I can get steaks at home. Ribeyes, yeah, we can get all of those at home. Strip lines. If I get a few crisps now and stuff, I'm going for our sausages there, British outdoor bread, 6 pork sausages, the 16th. Look at my chance then. Which are they, look? For the 16th, 2 for $6.50 or 2 for $8. I don't know what the 2 for $8 is. We'll try that. We'll just leave the back of them there. 95% pork. Fuck it, it'd have to be good. We'll take some rashers now as well. British, yeah, outdoor bread, cured, unsmoked back bacon. You know, we'll try it. That's 2 of them for €8. Then in 2 bellies was. All things considered. What have I got now? I have lunch for tomorrow, and I'll have some of that teriyaki chicken today. And what are these? 2 for €9 classic chicken tenders. Chicken fillets. But I suppose I leave them for now. We might be back again another day. You never ever know. I must get some crisps, I suppose. Oh, and some desserts. There must be desserts up here somewhere. There's a pile of stuff like chunky chicken and mushroom rice soup, chunky chicken and root vegetable, smooth mushroom, smoked haddock chowder. That's all very reasonable, $4.25. If it's any good. So they're all kind of brands and stuff. Yeah. Second there now, we get some of the desserts. Even though I am on a diet. What the hell to it? Oh look, there they are, look. There's the bread and butter puddings, look. Oh, crushed. Sorry to see them. Fresh cream vanilla custard. Jeez, I've never asked enough of them. I'll only take one packet of them because it'd be oh look here, look. That's there. Raspberry eaten this. Oh, look at that, no. You shouldn't be eating them things, but that look beautiful. Raspberry eaten mess dessert, €4. And toffee sundae. And what's there, look? Raspberry jelly trifle. You know, or look, strawberry trifle, all reduced, but I wish they have enough, I suppose, haven't I? What do you think? I'm very looking forward to those other things anyway, they look lovely. Find some crisps now. I know I shouldn't be eating crisps and I'm a sight for that kind of stuff, but do you know what? Try something different. Right. The crisps. Mature cheddar, look. Uncooked mature cheddar and spring onion. Maybe worth trying anyway. Extra virgin olive oil crisps for $5. Fish extra virgin. With Mediterranean sea salt, fried in small batches. They're $5 a packet. Sure, fuck it, you know what? It would never be fried in small extra unsalted ham, Mediterranean sea salt, avocado oil crisps. I'll stick with the avocado oil ones are $5.50. I'll stick with these. What have I got? I've got hand cooked. Is there anything else? I don't know what we're doing. Let's see some chips. 6-pack. Oh yeah, look, there's a lightly sea salted. No, we had them in the other thing. There's only 6-packet in. Hand cooked. Oh yeah, hand cooked. Look, lightly sea salt. No, there's none in the cheese and onion. Cheese and onion. Lightly sea salted. Yeah. Lightly sea salt. What do I got now? Where did you know I was going to take it? 6-packet in as well. Same as we're here. In for a penny, in for £1. I'd say that'll kind of do me now. That'll do me now. I have a good look. A fine basket full of stuff. Get down that back to the car now, try and pay for it. And get down back to the car. We'll see where we'll be. Right. Talk soon. This place is inside in Marks and Spencer's. Price to be fair. My fingers now all over the phone. There's some really, really nice. It's tofu, chicken. Let's look, chicken. And then they have all this kind of stuff as well. Cheese Jesus, I'd be mad to try that. That's all sushi and stuff, I suppose. That's some really, really nice things. Yeah. Just putting that out there. Right. Which one did I take? I took the teriyaki chicken noodles. The noodles are sweet, tangy sauce topped with chicken teriyaki bites and served with slaw. Jesus, I'll have that tomorrow now for my lunch. There's some really, look at that, there's salmon. Yeah. Definitely worth trying that stuff anyway. Now, so it's 22 minutes past 2 in the afternoon now, and I'm done. We're inside in the multi-storey car park, and in North Main Street. I always, not always, but a lot of the time, if I'm up, most of the time when I'm in the city, I head here for North Main Street, and the reason for that is, I mean, geez, I could find a park in any car park I want, but the North Main Street, when I was growing up, I'm 56 now. When I was 5 or 6 years old, and we used to come up to Cork with my mum and dad. My dad was driving a Simca back then, and we used to. Sorry, I'll turn you around. We used to come up to Cork City. She would only come up once a year for Christmas shopping, and my dad, God help us, wasn't too sure of the city, so the only place he could drive, well, confidently drive to, there was no sat-navs back then, was North Main Street. There was a car park in North Main Street. Now, it was only like a piece of a yard. It wasn't a multi-storey. This wasn't built at all, didn't I say? As far as I know anyway. And there was kind of like a yard, or a fella used to be, or the council or someone, you could go in and park there, and you'd give a fella a few pence and he'd let you park there. And my dad knew how to drive up into North Main Street and down out of it again, like the fella say. And this was, we always parked in North Main Street. And I suppose I just kind of, this is more sentimental than anything else. Then they built that multi-storey car park, and there was a Dunnes Stores there. And my mum, the highlight of her trip would be like, they'd be parked there then in the multi-storey. They'd do the shopping around the city, drawing the bags back to the car, and then before they go home, she'd go into Dunnes Stores and she'd do her grocery shopping, and that was a big thing for people like my poor mum and stuff, who wouldn't get to go to the big shops on a very regular basis. You know, like years later, they might be up in the city twice a year. Once maybe for a hospital appointment, and the other time it'd be for Christmas. And yeah, no, the multi-storey car park is to be fair, is fairly, I don't know how you'd use it. It's like a third world car park now, and North Main Street is like a third world street. You get a feeling walking around there, actually. I don't know, you get a feeling that you mightn't be very safe. Sometimes you want to keep your wits. Well, I won't say it wouldn't be safe, but I suppose it is the city afterwards, but you want to keep your wits around you. It is kind of run down, is what I'm saying. But I still like it because it holds sentimental value to me, you know. You saw now what I got in Marks and Spencer's. It was worth going in because sure, it is only just to find different things. And again, came out did with more crisps than anything else. I can't believe I paid €5 for a bag of crisps with extra virgin olive oil. But sure, if for no other reason, just to see what's the whole thing about the extra virgin olive oil. And that Asian stuff looked nice. They're very expensive, like €8.25 for a turbine full of there's only about 7 cubines of chicken in it. But if it's tasty and nice, you know, like I won't be up there. Jeez, I won't be running out there every day. I might never again be inside that shop. So I said to myself, now's the time to buy these things and try and buy things that you won't see everywhere else. But then I got another tub of it kind of with noodles for lunch tomorrow. That was only $8.25 too when I see it afterwards. And that looks tasty. So that'll do my lunch tomorrow in the shop. What else did I get? Oh, I got the British Rare sausages and rashers. Now, before anybody starts getting on to me, I'm always obviously buying the Irish stuff and wanting to buy the Irish pork products. But when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I was in there for a reason. The reason was obviously to just get. There must be school time here or something. There was a lollipop man or a woman. But it was the reason was to just try and get things that you wouldn't see everywhere. And the bread and butter pudding. I left €45 inside there, and you know what? It was easy to carry out of there what I gave them. But I knew that going in that it wasn't going to be cheap, but that hopefully they were very busy in there, so there's obviously a lot of people buying stuff, and that the quality is good. And I'm sure it is. I look forward to trying it, and it's something different. And you know what? It's not frozen fish anyway. That's the most fucking important thing at all. That didn't want to. Jeez, I went to. Am I alright? I went to. Thank you. I went to. Sorry, I was talking to the lollipop man, kind of through sign language. I went to. He's got a job to do too, and God knows that must be a hard job. Anywhere at all that you'd be standing out directing traffic, all you'd get is abuse. You'd see different different side of a person when they're inside in a car. Yeah. Or any motor propelled vehicle. But yeah, that was that. I lost my train of thought there. I know what I was saying. Oh yeah, I went to Kelly's at because I got, you'll have seen it there in the video. I got the vegetable soup. I took a picture of the roast beef, and I got the apple crumble and a mug of fine strong tea. And it settled me straight away. Isn't it so strange how just a simple, basic, no frills food will settle down the stomach straight away? It'd make you wonder, like, what are we supposed to be eating when the grand plain food is so easy to on the system? I was walking up and down Patrick Street, and you know, and I was thinking to myself that, again, I'm heading into my 56th year. There's a lot of things that you kind of reminisce about and when you find yourself on your own again. I'm just thinking about when we were 16 and 12, first of all, coming up to the city with my mum and dad. I remember coming up Christmas shopping when we were, I suppose, 12 or 13. I was working that time. I'd have had my own money, and we'd all be coming up. But I don't think I'd be left go around the city on my own at all at that age. I'd have to kind of stay with them. But then years later, when we got up around the 15 or 16 mark, and then 17 and 18 when I had a girlfriend, I remember coming up Christmas time, and everyone, the whole of Skull, you'd meet the whole of West Cork up here. Well, because then I'd be a few Saturdays before Christmas, sure, obviously, the month of December. So you'd be doing it on the Saturday, you'd be off work. You'd leave home early and drive up and try and get into Merchants Quay car park. Every car park, if you weren't up, I swear, if you weren't up by 9 in the morning or happy to eat, every car park in the city would be jammed. All the multi-stories, anywhere to get near shopping, it'd be jammed. We used to try and get into Merchants Quay, and there'd be guards everywhere directing traffic and signs up and saying they were full, and there was no electronic signs at the time, but guards and stuff, and there'd be signs, whatever, full, car park full, and queues getting into Merchants Quay. And then the next thing you do was the shops wouldn't be open till about 9:30. We'd be up in park by 8:30. Have to be, Christ, if you weren't, there was no point in coming up then. And it is like everything. The people from the country would always be early. Go on away there, look. The people from the country would always be early because sorry, I was talking to that lady telepathically. Because anywhere we ever went, we'd be early. It is the people in the cities and the people that would be close to the amenities, so they'd arrive late. And waiting for breakfast, big breakfast, find a breakfast somewhere, full Irish breakfast. You'd get it there. There'd be places be full of cafes at the time and places for that kind of food, and for ordinary food we call it. And the next thing then, you'll be all fed and everything and ready for the shops to open. and you'd have all your money in your pocket. Sure, there was no credit cards. If there was credit cards back then, but we weren't using them. There was no quick machines to be paying with it anyway, as far as I remember. You'd have all your money in your pocket. You'd have saved up for your Christmas money, like, and you'd have plenty of money. Your purse, herself, my girlfriend had a purse full of money, or my fiance at the time, and I'd have my pocket full of money. You would have plenty of money, because there'd be no point, like I said, you have no cars, there'd be no point in going if you ran out of money. And you'd have a list then, you see, because you'd be buying for her family and your family. Christ, there could be 20 people on the list. And it was an absolutely... I'll turn the camera around now again just this way, but it was what a beautiful, beautiful day out it was, like. And as soon as the shops would open, the first hour you'd get quiet, you'd have to make ground in the first hour. After about 10:30, Patrick Street would be like a cattle mart. You couldn't stand in Patrick Street with people. And you'd give the whole day around and filling bags and drawing the bags back to the shop. But you had the lovely experience of going in to the shop, seeing it, picking it up, feeling it, holding it, the box, reading it, seeing that it need batteries, whatever the case may be, and up and paying for it and taking it back to the car and putting it into the car. And you would just experience that for one day. Like, sure, we didn't have much money back then, but for one day in the year you were king, you were rich. So it was your Christmas day out, like. And to be fair, then we'd go into like Burgerland then or somewhere for the burgers and stuff, because there'd be things that we wouldn't see at all every day, the likes of McDonald's and these places. So you would be going in for your burgers and stuff in the middle of the day, and the whole day walking around the city, your legs would be wore out, and the crowds and the people. But we didn't mind it for one day. There's no, you could face it every day, but we didn't mind it. It was the excitement, and you'd be bumping into people from all over West Cork that you'd know, loads of people from Scull and everything, and you'd be, and they'd have bags, and the husbands would be complaining, the men would be complaining, and the women would be all excited, and the fellas would be getting tireder as the day went on. But it was a wonderful, wonderful, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful feeling. And you only bought what was available in the city that day. You had to make your decisions based on that. And I remember there was one time my poor father, he had a very old phone when the mobile phones came out first. I suppose that was the early 90s or mid 90s. The mid 90s. It was, I suppose, it had to be the mid 90s where phones came out. Whatever old phone, probably an old phone, a second-hand phone or something he got. God and our man could get a battery for it anyway. And I remember being up in Cork one Christmas, and he was looking for a battery for his phone, because the battery was only last about 10 minutes. And there was some old phone shop there. I don't think it was in Patrick Street, it was down some side street. But they had no battery for his phone. But they directed me to a shop that was the other side of Cork City. It was about half an hour walk. And I walked and I walked and I walked and I walked till I got to the shop, and I got the battery. And Christ, I was a proud man coming home that day. And like the way things are now, you just go online and you go onto Amazon and you click a button and you'll have that battery. But I don't know, you wouldn't have the same, you know, it's not the same thing at all. And I think obviously for every generation, they'd look at me now and say, sure, that was an awful torture. But it wasn't, it was lovely, it was a beautiful day out. And all the businesses, they had plenty, all the shops, the businesses had plenty, and they made their living. And I just think it was beautiful. And I was up in Patrick Street there now, and I was just reminiscing about all of that. To the town, the city there was a few people around, but it was quite enough. And those days are all gone, you know, and gone forever, never to come back. And I think it's sad. I'd love to go back just for one day, for one Christmas, to have one Christmas without one old Christmas the way that we used to have it, with nothing but your money in your pocket, your car parked in the multi-storey car park, and you had Cork City at your disposal, and around by, and you'd be ticking off the presents. Then I remember herself at the list, and she'd be ticking off that she bought this for her sister and this for her brother, and I bought this for my sister, and you're all excited then, and you'd be so happy and proud that you'd bought it, and you physically went and picked up and physically went and bought the present and put thought into it. Now I know you can say you'd still put thought into it buying it online, but it's not the same thing at all. No, nothing like it. Don't know what's going on there. Right, I'll switch this off now. There are my thoughts for now. And I'll let you alone now because it's coming up to 15 minutes. Stuck here in traffic. So, I don't know how, coming up for the Nice Cross, but sure, that's the way you'd be when you're in the city. Like the Yanks would say, when you buy the donut, you buy the hole. You have no choice but to... I don't mind traffic in cities and traffic jams because that's what they're all about. My father used to say, sure, there's no point in going... what did he used to say? When you're playing with boats, you're going to get wet. There's no point thinking you're going to stay dry when you're playing with a boat. And the same thing when you come up here, there's no point thinking you're going to drive through Cork City without a traffic jam. I had a great old day out, and like I have a few things now for the grub today and tomorrow, and a bit for the next day too. I'm sure that'll keep me going. And I'm actually off way up on Sunday up to Shimsatira in Tralee, up for the night, staying above in the hotel with poor old Pat Coakley, my old friend. There's a Nashville, Tennessee tribute band for Johnny Cash and Tammy Wynette and Dolly Parton and all them. I think they're an American band. And myself and Pat are going away up for the night anyway to have a night out. And I'm going to have a few beers as well. Or maybe a couple of glasses of wine with Paddy. So, that's my story now. Go on. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and please hit the whatever notification button. It does help my little channel. The more people like and subscribe and all that, the more it goes up on this thing they call an algorithm. And the more likely I am to get a few more followers. Right, we'll talk again soon.